It's all made up again. Yeah. It's all made up again. It's all made up again. It's all made up again.
Hello and welcome to the AllMadeUp podcast with me, Harry Stachini.
Me, Lewis Coleman.
And me, Ben Hart.
The show where each week a guest joins us in the writer's room to create a story like you and we have never heard before.
Not quite knowing what's around the corner or what we'll find along the way, as this podcast is exactly what it says on the tin.
All made up. It's all made up.
It's all made up, yeah.
all made up.
I was trying to impress him.
Yeah.
You was trying to outdo the one you did yesterday. There.
That was brilliant.
I like the one he did yesterday. It was it's all made up. So
Yeah.
week on week we just throw it in a bit different.
That's fine. I'm glad I got.
I don't have time to prepare. No, we have a couple of minutes to think about
That was Ben's vocal warm up.
So you handed him a hot potato there. Right?
For anyone who's watching, you can already see we've got the fantastic Connor Burns on an orange chair behind an orange sofa.
It's got the sound booth, that mate.
You're going to have to turn the hue down to watch
Yeah,
this episode.
exactly. But thank you very much for joining us on the podcast.
Thanks for having me. Thanks. It's nice. So you got a wee student common area here?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, we interrupted a guy who was having a meeting about pollution in rivers earlier, and it turns out he works for Watchdog, doesn't he?
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't be saying this.
He also made us strictly promise not to say that he was Watchdog as well. So.
Yeah.
Said some shit about being under a fake name.
But it was interesting, and we were quietly putting the studio together. The studio, clipping mics on a table.
This is, by the way, I've been on a few pods in my time, and for this to be your mobile version of it.
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is nice.
See our proper studio.
This is nice.
Give it 3 years, we're gonna have a Winnebago. Massive satellite dish on the
That's
top.
the dream.
It'll be a French venue.
Just $9,000 for the month.
Yeah,
It's got
exactly.
8 seats in it.
Just quickly, for anybody who isn't aware who Connor Burns is, you're a Scottish-based comedian. We met, I would say, Comedy on the Farm, didn't we?
But I think that was probably it. Aye.
Yeah, you were closing, I remember.
We've done a few weird ones together as well.
We did Eindhoven. Which was
I thought we went to...
we did Wonka Festival and I was emceeing, and I don't know if you remember at the start, but I was like, right, ladies and gents, we're going to kick off the show. Are you ready? And they just didn't cheer. There was like 120 people in this studio space, and they just were silent. I was like, this is not...
we are ready, we are here, we are in place, we are in our sheets.
Yeah.
There's a silly question to ask.
We're not fucking clip for you.
How did you find gigging in Holland?
It was...
Right before lockdown, I did like a week of gigs in Holland. And I remember speaking to this American guy who runs a show, and he's like, just don't be put off if they don't clap. I was like, well, don't worry, I'm not used to that anyway. And he was like, it's not really like the thing over here to clap and say that you enjoy the show. You wait until the end.
Yeah.
Right,
Which
yeah.
is like, obviously, really, as a comedian, you're like...
I've gigged in Amsterdam and Rotterdam and stuff like that, and those were great. Eindhoven was a fucking shift.
Yeah, well, I mean, the lineup was I emceed, Matt Reid opened, you went on in the middle, and Liam Farrelly closed, didn't he? And
Every impossible regional accent.
yeah, I was going to say, yeah. I remember before getting there, Dean, who does like the booking for me and Connor, rang me and was like, he said, you're going to MC.
Yeah.
And I was like, why? And he said, because they'll understand you.
But I swear at one point, now this is not a slight to you, we all fucking struggled.
Oh, mate, yeah.
Do you know that thing where you're all flapping and you're just going for anything? Maybe I've made this memory up, but I swear there was one point where you were MCing, where you were doing a bit, and then you had to stop the bit halfway through and go, do you people even know who Bruce Forsyth is?
Bruce Forsyth? I don't think I did it. I don't remember doing a Bruce
Like
Forsyth.
he was furious about it.
I remember trying to do a bit about parents and teachers and stuff, and he just weren't going
There
for
was
it.
someone, it was such a uniquely British personality. I can't remember.
Maybe it was
Bruce Forsyth.
Was I doing a serial killer?
Or do you people even know who Noel Edmonds is or something?
I
It sounds so uniquely British.
But yeah, it was one of them where I remember doing something about getting a finger up the bum. That was the first time I did that bit of material, because it's fucking for, and they loved it. They absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
but the other bits, I was like, I think like sometimes the translation of things is just difficult.
Yeah, and well, I mean, the promoter of that gig, we were like, "What's Eindhoven like? What are Eindhoven audiences like?" And he went, "How you say, autistic. And he was not wrong.
Yeah. Because he wasn't looking us in the eye. But,
We were over there.
yeah. The coolest thing about that trip for me was, do you remember meeting Tony Woods?
I do remember meeting
He was like the
Tony
coolest
Woods.
motherfucker. This guy, Tony Woods, is the mentor to Dave Chappelle.
Right, okay.
So like really old school comic, but it's been around for years. And I just remember being like in a room with him, thinking like, mate, you are effortlessly cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Sloss told me a fucking great story about him.
Go on.
Where, do you know, like back in the day when Daniel Sloss first started getting big, he had like the kind of Lego Justin Bieber hair. He got mates really quickly with Reese Nicholson,
Right? Yeah.
Aussie guy. And Tony Woods apparently saw them both at Just for Laughs. And he was like, oh shit, it's Conan and Ellen. Apparently every year since, that's what he's called them.
That
Conan
is
and
funny.
Ellen.
How is your fringe going, Connor? Whereabouts is it you're performing at?
I'm just at one of the Just the Tonic venues called the Nucleus.
Right.
Just up next to, they give these things brutal names.
Yeah.
Just up from the Pleasance.
And how's it going?
Great, man. Great. Like, it's the first year where pre-sales have been super healthy.
Come on, mate. Don't be modest. What are the pre-sales,
Listen,
mate?
people keep saying like, "Oh, congrats, you're having a really good year in that." And I'm so working class, I can never fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm always like, I'm sure I'll fuck it up or something.
How many sellouts have you had?
All of them.
So that's not bad, is it? And
It
you
literally couldn't get any better.
and you're in a room that's 110.
Yes.
Yeah. See, 110 people sell out every
It's
time.
good, man. We're at I think we're at like 2,600 tickets.
It's
So
not just
Because-
good, it's brilliant.
Do you know, kind of circling back to the Eindhoven thing here, it was when we were in Eindhoven, you'd had a clip, hadn't you, that gone mental, and your following online went from like...
literally, right, and I was posting. I mean, we've got the same agent. I
Yeah.
imagine you've had this conversation with Dean
Yeah.
100 times.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to be posting, man, every day if you can. And I done like, I think it was up to like 50 odd clips, and stuff had done like a few thousand.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like 3 in a row.
Went
boom,
bang,
boom,
bang,
boom,
bang.
Just went
Yeah.
mental. And then I looked at everything. I was like, well, that's everything I had.
Yeah. Mate, I'd love to say that I've had the same effect, but I'm recording this in a student accommodation.
Oh, mate, if I didn't live in Edinburgh, would the fuck come up here?
But it's good to see it's been going well. My dad is coming to the show on Thursday.
Your dad's
My dad's a fan, mate.
he's a legit fan.
Oh, mate, do you know what he tries to say to me all the time? He'll go, he says, "I love you both the same," all the time, and I'm like, "Dad, it's fine. You can have a favourite." And he goes, sometimes he'll call me Connor, Harry. I mean, I'm like, mate, honestly,
He meant it personally, not even like
Yeah.
a comedian.
He was putting in an absolute performance when your sister very kindly gave us both a lift when we came back from Eindhoven, and your dad was in the car.
Mate.
And he was going full like
He's
trying to embarrass you.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He was like, could you take Harry under your wing?
Yeah. Honestly,
It's weird because he was saying that to me as well.
I'd be as well.
he said to me today,
Just
so
covered by wings.
I like, obviously doing the fringe is intense. It's like long days, early mornings and stuff like that. So you just like, and this morning, he said to me last night, he said, "Oh, can I come and watch you do the podcast today? Because he knew you were going to be on." I said, "To be honest, we've got to figure out what we're doing with it and stuff like that." I said, "But I'll see what I can do." I said, "But I'll let you know." And then this morning, he texted me and said, "I've just texted Connor, and Connor says it's okay for me to come." Right? Yeah. And mate, that was the first message I read this morning. So I was like, so I messaged him back and said, "Right, I said I'd be honest, I don't appreciate that you have messaged him." I said, because I can sort, yeah, I know, but I was like, I'll sort it out. But I was like, I've got to check with Lewis and Ben if we can make this happen. And then he rang me. I was only fucking around. Like, I'm dead sorry. I was like,
Yeah, I don't get his messages. I've actually had to
Block him.
report him.
yeah, but honestly, he's gonna ask you to sign his tit on Thursday.
Yeah, he's great, man. He's even because he went over to Australia.
Yeah, I mean, so the woman he went over to Australia with, or to meet, she's here. I was with her last night.
So it went well.
Mate, it went that well. We all watched
No,
the
it went really badly, actually.
Get on the plane.
You're coming with me.
He's kidnapped her with him.
Yeah.
It's taken.
We're trying to get out.
He's worked very well. He
I love your dad. I like how he's just entered this new part of his life where he's just like going through his 20s again.
yeah, but you've got to understand, mate. He's entered your life as well. That's the bit you don't
He's
realise.
just there chasing tail. I love it.
When he told me about his trip around Europe, you must have heard about it. Like, it's incredible. It's just like a massive road trip.
Yeah, your dad's
must have a
living.
good pension,
Your dad's
pal.
doing Euro trip.
Yeah, mate. Well, he told me how much money he spent in 6 weeks in Australia, and it's less than 20 grand, but more than 10. And I was like,
yeah, I
you did
can
that in
believe
6
it.
weeks. He's like, yeah, I had a good time with it. I was like, fucking hell.
I can
You're
quite
like, I don't want to
believe
buy
it,
an
man.
house. You know,
Yeah.
it's not-
Yeah, I can quite believe it, man. It's fucking extortionate over
Yeah.
there.
Have you, by the way, have you had like cruise ship companies come to watch you while you've been here?
Apparently, I don't know if they've been yet, but apparently someone from Ed Molson.
Oh, right, I don't know.
That's Fred Olsen.
Oh.
But they do like Scandinavian ones.
All right,
But
okay.
apparently someone's coming.
Yeah.
They're not going to book me if they come
Well,
and see my show.
I've had 2 in so far,
Right.
and we've had a little bit of like, they're like, it could really work. And my dad's like, I'll come. I was like, no. He said, I'll carry your bags. I was like,
they were talking to your dad.
yeah.
Yeah. He pulled them aside one side. He's like, let's talk numbers.
Yeah, look, any chance if Harry gets on, can you get Connor on as well?
Hey, my other son.
Yeah, exactly.
They'll split the bill. I'll sort it. Yeah.
But yeah,
I reckon-
Should we get cracking?
I reckon we get
yeah.
cracking.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is going to be all made up with Connor Burns.
It's all made up, baby.
So Connor, you mentioned that you've listened to the podcast before. You mentioned that it was James Allen's one what you listened to. What did you think of Harry's meal deal you was talking to us about before?
Absolute abomination. I thought he got away with it far too lightly. You've got the world at your feet, especially at Tesco.
Yeah, mate. But
Probably the best ones in the game.
what was the part of the meal deal you didn't like?
Every single part of
Just
it.
review it.
Right,
Just
it
just
was
so
an egg and bacon sandwich. Okay.
You said egg and bacon or
Cheese and ham.
ham and cheese.
No, you said ham and cheese.
Ham and cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Li-
I like
live a
cheese and ham,
little.
ham and cheese. Still the same thing between the bread.
Aye.
Right.
No butter.
And then I would get do you know them they're like passion fruit papaya 25 gram protein yogurts? They are so good.
Right.
One of them.
No, you didn't say that. You just said a
Yogurt.
yeah,
Yeah.
Well, right, well,
Don't try and save it
that is
now.
the yogurt I'm going for.
Right.
Where you like turn it on a spoon, it doesn't move, like that type of thing.
Right.
And then I get an iced tea.
Again, disgusting.
Yeah.
Iced tea.
Yeah, peach.
I don't mind a peach.
Making it better.
Aye.
Peach.
I
Well,
don't
that's-
mind a peach iced tea, but every time I've ever had it has been when it's the only thing
Really?
on offer.
I might get a Fanta, but like, what do you go for then?
Fanta's even a weird one.
what
That's such a childish thing to get.
would you get then?
Cherry Coke.
right.
Right, that's not more
Cherry
childish than
Coke or
fucking
Dr
Fanta.
Pepper. Oh, I'll have the bright orange one, please.
Right,
No,
okay.
grow up, getting something brown. right.
It's cherry Coke.
Cherry Coke. You got to go either, if it depending on the time of the day, you go the breakfast triple.
Right.
Yeah, I don't
okay.
like ketchup, so
Right. Well, again, we'll talk about that. Or you go. Sometimes in Tesco they've got that chicken and chorizo one.
okay,
That's good.
right.
That's a pretty solid
And then
one.
what's your
Or sweet chili chicken wrap. Always
Yeah.
a safe pair of hands.
You're going to be crisps over chocolate, you.
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, I
I'm
can
a
tell,
savoury
mate.
guy.
You got
What
the
flavour?
complexion of a crisp man.
Paprika Max.
Do you?
Oh, Ridges.
Aye.
I got Monster Munch.
Kevin Ridges, they call me. Them or any Dorito. Any flavour.
Any.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Fair
Chili eat whether the ones.
I
that-
try to combine to get the most expensive meal deal, so I get the
Of course,
most,
yeah.
the biggest saving for my money. I was like, that's worth £7.
Aye.
Quid.
Sometimes you chuck a smoothie in just because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
$3.50 on its own.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Yeah.
Bin it. Yeah.
I got a meal deal on the way up here at Marks and Spencer's, right?
Stop
in,
bragging.
in a
What was
service
it?
station. yeah. Hey, check this. I put everything through, and obviously I must have had one item that wasn't in it, and it was 13 quid.
Oh no! I don't care if there's 9 people waiting behind me. I'm
Yeah.
just putting the whatever's costing extra back.
I swallowed my pride and just thought I'm going to enjoy them hand cut. Salt and pepper
Yeah.
crisps.
What was it this morning? Was it like plain pasta, water?
Yeah,
it was-
yeah.
It was an egg and maple bacon butty, and then I got what was it? I had a Fanta,
Of course you did.
and a bag of crisps, and
What
I think
flavour?
the crisps weren't in the deal, and it fucked everything.
Aye. What
But-
flavour crisps?
Oh, salt and pepper, like black salt and pepper, so good.
Right. Okay. I'll let you have it.
Yeah, mate, they were hand cut. Do you
bit
know that
spicy
hurt
for
to
you,
eat?
were they?
What, the hand cut crisp?
Yeah. Some guy in the back doing it.
Scissors.
Yeah.
Come on, we've got a lot of people waiting to buy it out here.
Right. Anyway, let's get into
We're
it.
turning around
Okay,
here,
so
aren't
just for the listener, a quick recap. So the way this works is this is like a writer's room. You're the chief writer, and we're just like your assistants helping you build the
Yeah.
story. In front of you, there's 3 pots: green, red, and yellow. They're like a start sentence, finishing sentence, and prompts for in between as we go along the way. But before we even jump into them cards, we're going to build a character together.
Yeah.
So what would you like the character's name for today to be?
Martin Scrump.
Martin Scrump.
Martin Scrump.
Okay.
Nickname?
Marty.
Marty, right, not
thinking-
Scrumpy.
I thought you were going to say Scrumpy.
No, because he's allergic to cider, so that triggers him.
What if his
Right.
nickname was Scrumptious?
No, I like Marty.
Okay.
Marty. Okay, and whereabouts is Marty from?
Derby.
Okay,
Derby.
Midlands.
Aye.
And age?
40.
Okay.
40.
Okay.
On the nose. Big year.
Yeah.
Right, oh, so he's just turned 40.
Aye.
Right.
Is he loved up? Is he in a relationship? Is he on the sea?
He's going the old Papa Stachini route.
Oh, right.
Where he's newly single. He's
Oh, right,
out there.
nice.
He's out there chasing some skirt.
Yeah.
Right, turning
Right.
up at funerals. Just trying to pick up people.
This is a horrible movie started by your dad. But he turns up funerals and picks up women.
He
It's like
did.
wedding
It
crashes.
just turned out to be the Queen's funeral. But if he's at any of your relatives, watch out.
Okay, so newly single, in his 40s, looking to like get a new relationship. And what is it he does for a job? What does he do for money?
B&Q Garden Centre.
Right, okay. Any particular sort of, is he the one like stacking the plants, or is he the one
He's kind of managing the garden centre.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
He's divvying up.
been there a few years then?
He's put his
Yeah.
he's put his time in.
He's got a manager's apron on.
Yeah. No, he's pretty senior.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's wearing a black
Right.
apron, not an orange one.
And
exactly.
If
Exactly.
If he's newly single and he's 40, has he got any kind of? Has he got any burns? Any little kids?
No kids.
Okay.
No kids.
Did he want them?
But it was that.
Did he want them?
He's this is it. His last chance saloon. That's why he's trying
Right.
to get out there, spread his seed. As a garden centre man, he's into that.
nice.
And
Just
does
keeps looking at baby plants, going, "I want one."
Watching them die, reducing them down. Isn't that just life?
So he wants kids, and
yeah.
he split up with his partner for what reason?
He's too much overtime.
Right, okay.
He's like a real company man.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know, you cut him, he bleeds orange.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So he just gave too much of himself to
Yeah,
the
he
job.
lives in one of the sheds in the garden.
He eats his lunch. He eats his lunch in one of those, do you know those big plastic boxes that you get?
Yeah.
For your garden? He
Yeah.
just lies in there.
I like the fact if he was growing his own vegetables in the garden.
I mean, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
His partner went, "It's me and you or B&Q," and he shows the latter.
What does he look like then? Because I imagine he looks like a garden gnome.
Funny that.
You know, like he just blends in with all the gnomes.
He's deceptively, he's in all right nick.
Right,
You know what I mean?
okay.
Because he's lumping around a lot of
Yeah.
dirt
Yeah.
and all that a lot of time. So he's in all right nick, keeps himself pretty sharp.
Okay.
Because he knows it's not a young man's game
Right.
necessarily. So he's all right, bit of stubble, but he keeps himself presentable. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah,
He's an old school retail guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So about
Wears a
pre-
tie when he doesn't have to.
Exactly. It's all about presentation.
Whereabouts is he looking for a new partner? Is it like customers at B&Q, or is he like on the dating apps, or?
He would like somebody that shares a bit of his plant interest,
Right.
But he's on plenty of fish in that as well.
Okay.
He's getting out there.
He's
Yeah.
getting out there.
He's getting out there.
And has he had any successful dates, or is it?
He's not. He's had a few. Nothing's really led to anything. But he's trying to remember who Martin Scrump really is.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's quite a sweet guy.
How long was he with his previous partner?
9 years.
Right. Okay.
9
So
years.
all his 30s.
Aye.
So it's like he had his 20s, all his 30s were taken away, or like sort of.
They were on the cusp of marriage.
Right.
And then he didn't happen.
He was ready to make an honest scrump of her.
Yeah.
But it was in the planning phases of the wedding. She needed a bit of time. Well,
Of course.
she needed a bit of his concentration.
And
But
he weren't there.
he got
Yeah.
lost in the sauce.
Without arguing about the flowers or
Aye.
something.
And
Yeah.
you know, and it's exactly. And he was like, he eventually snapped, and he was like, "Do it yourself." And she's like, "That's all you ever fucking talk about is
Yeah.
that place."
That's what
Yeah.
B&Q's like, isn't it? Exactly.
Seems like a really tame argument. Do it yourself.
Aye.
Oh, I'm leaving.
Yeah. He's like, "Great, now I'm thinking about fucking work again."
Okay. And has he got like much family around him in Derby?
His son.
So he does.
No, he doesn't have
Yeah,
kids.
yeah.
No, he doesn't have kids, does he?
Yeah.
Martin's not
She
got
might have a
kids.
kid though. 'Cause they met
She
at 31.
previous marriage.
Okay.
She's got, but they got quite close.
The,
Okay.
him and the boy.
Aye.
Right, okay.
What's the boy's name?
It's a great question. We Ronnie.
We Ronnie.
Aye, we
Right.
Ronnie. Not Ronald though.
Ronnie.
Ronnie.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
Ronnie.
Nice.
And does Ronnie work at B&Q with him?
No. But Ronnie is right. Let me put some maths into this. So they met each other when he was 31.
Yeah.
Right.
She would have been
Correct.
similar age. So let's say Ronnie's 14.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. She had him quite young.
And Ronnie's biological dad's known his life, so he got quite close to Martin.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was 5, wasn't he, when they met him?
Well, that's
Yeah.
it exactly. Took him to his football. all that.
Calls him dad.
He does, but there is a wee bit of tension.
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
always goes,
Yeah.
I'm not your dad.
Aye,
He always
aye.
goes, I'm not your dad.
Aye, it's just you treat me like your dad, but we'll have some respect for your biological dad, even though he's not on the scene.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
who Martin is as a guy. do you
Right.
know?
Yeah. Okay.
It's a good lad.
Yeah. He seems a nice fella.
Aye.
Right. Okay.
Can't wait to ruin his life.
I reckon we built a nice little character there
Yeah,
for us
yeah,
to
yeah.
sort of progress with. So what we're going to do, the green pot in front of you, you're going to pick one of them at random, and there'll be a blank, and you're going to put in Marty, where the blank is, and then we'll pick our final sentence and read that afterwards, okay? So I'll pick up one of the greens at random, whichever you like,
Here we go.
and then where the blank is, Marty.
Martin always booked 3 seats on an airplane.
Okay.
Right, okay, that is very interesting.
For
Yeah,
the plants
yeah.
he takes with him everywhere he goes.
Well, he knows one day there's going to be a family there.
Yeah.
Right. So
Next
yeah.
to
Yeah.
So
He's,
sad.
he's manifesting.
Yeah,
he's
it's manifesting, 100%.
That's nice.
And let's get our red one, and let's find out where this story's going to end, where we're travelling to.
2 black eyes and a broken nose isn't that bad.
What about
We can just leave that there.
Yeah. Maybe that's something that he says to his kids when he finally gets them.
I got told that at the Wetherspoons yesterday. It's,
That's it.
Okay, right. So, starting off with the plane situation, where is he booking flights to and from? And, like, he must have
Yeah.
a bit of coin to sort of pay
Well-
for 2 additional seats.
And also, he's quite a simple guy, Martin. He's kept himself to himself. He knows he's not got the highest wage in the world, but he's been shrewd with his money.
Right.
Yeah.
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 But he's always, as a man of the wilderness, a man of plants, he's always wanted to go to the Galapagos.
Oh, right. Okay. Nice.
So this is it
Which
now.
is full of women.
Aye.
yeah.
Well, but the right kind of women.
Yeah.
Cute people who are curious about animals
Yeah.
and plants.
Oh my God, do you like bearded
That's-
dragons? Me too.
I was going to go somewhere there. I will leave it.
There's so many different variations of swallow here.
I'll spit.
I've been waiting to tell that joke for 6 years.
Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Nice pair of tits as well.
So he does go to the Galapagos. Is that where he's?
That's aye. So he's it's once in a lifetime. He's going through a bit of a crisis post breakup, and he decides he's going to book. He's going to book the extra seats, right? Because that's his way of saying he's coming back with somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether
Like you
they-
said, he's manifesting it. He's like, I'm putting these things in place for when it does happen.
I mean, he could have just paid for the 2 seats on
Yeah.
the way back, but
Yeah, not his style.
aye.
Yeah, it's cheaper if we do it as a return deal.
Well, he also, he's going to be in the zone as soon as he gets to the airport.
Yeah, I'm thinking on the way there, obviously he's got the 3 seats. It doesn't say which 3 seats he's actually booked. Are they all together?
No,
Is that true? He won't pay.
they're in a row bobsleigh style.
Yeah. Yeah, when they were like, oh, do you want to pay to guarantee you sat next to each other? He won't pay. I'll pay for 3 seats, but I'm not paying the extra tenner.
Yeah,
And
he's other shock. He paid for the extra seats to get a whole row, but he didn't read the fine print.
Yeah, it's a column.
And he's just
But he's a bit pedantic in the sense that if someone went to sit in it, like there was another family of 3, and he was like, "No, you can't sit there. Your child, I don't care."
There's someone sat there.
There's someone sat.
Where are they?
Well, also,
They'll be here.
he's got a wee bit of a chip on his shoulder. He doesn't particularly like to see happy families,
Right.
okay.
so he's getting a bit of a kick out of it as well.
Yeah.
And if I've got to be on my own, so do you.
Yeah.
Right.
Wee
Yeah,
boy.
and like it's sort of making sense why maybe later on he might get 2 black eyes and a broken nose.
How long's he going to the Galapagos for?
3 weeks.
All right.
3
okay,
weeks.
so
That's all I had left with B&Q.
Yeah, yeah.
So he took a week earlier in the year.
Okay, so and what say so if he's are we getting him before he gets on the plane, or have we got him like is he on the plane now? Like what's the timeline on him?
Well, he knows he's got his 3 seats. I think if he already knows that they're not together, he's discovered that, but getting on the plane.
Okay, so he's on the plane at the moment.
Yeah.
He's there. He's it's as I say, exciting, once in a lifetime. He's got his wee plant journal with him.
Yeah. Is he got any like B&Q merchandise on him?
He takes his apron everywhere.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
Just
We
in
don't know
case,
where
just
your
in
top
case he sees a poorly maintained path or something.
Yeah. He just pops out.
He's got to take the knee.
just start fixing it.
Aye.
Right.
He's got.
So before he's gone, has he done any like groundwork for meeting a woman?
How long have you been sitting on that one for?
It's also leading into another joke. Has he been on the website Galapagos?
Right, okay.
I've had that for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I like it.
So he's travelling on his own. Obviously, but he's got the 3 seats. He's there, and
I was just about to say, does he make any conversation with the person next to him? Like, are they? My hands are freezing. Aren't they?
Yeah. So it's actually there's an old couple
Right.
in their late 70s, early 80s, and this is they're going. They've always wanted to go as well.
right.
One of them's not in great health, the guy. So they thought this is our last ditch attempt. They're big Attenborough fans.
What's up with him?
What's that?
What's up with the fella?
He's actually got tuberculosis. He shouldn't be on the plane.
Wow.
Shouldn't be on the plane really.
He's wearing a proper mask.
Yeah.
Is it a hazmat suit?
Yeah, he's at death's door. He shouldn't have been the house. He's definitely not
Got him
safe
in a
to
pipe
fly.
out the window. Just leave him be.
It turns out the extra seat has turned out to be a bit of a benefit, really, because he's a bit further away.
He's at death's door, the poor guy, right? But again, he's nice. They're nice people. Martin's getting on with them, but it's kind of serving as another wee, clock's ticking. Yeah, They
As a
get each
reminder.
other.
He sees his future. You know what I mean? He thinks like,
exactly.
that's.
Wouldn't it be nice for me to have somebody to look after me?
And
Yeah,
TB.
If I had TB on the plane.
Exactly. Yeah. I want to snorkel.
Just go straight at the top of the plane.
Exactly. Right. Okay. So he's chatting with them, and when he lands at the Galapagos, is he staying in is it a bougie hotel? Is it like a nature resort? Is it a tent?
He's treated himself a bit. He's not going to be in 5-star on his B&Q salary, but he's, as I say, he's put himself in a nice 3.
Okay.
Nice 3.
Yeah.
Right.
Just for the listener who might not know, or definitely not me, whereabouts is the Galapagos on the globe? Whereabouts is it?
I think the Galapagos Islands are somewhere in the Atlantic.
I have no idea.
The world's second biggest ocean. I think it's on the world.
The Galapagos Islands, for
Somewhere
me,
outside of space.
I feel like they are they're near like South America.
Yeah, I'm just thinking in terms of what's
But
the climate.
I don't think they're in the
I think
Pacific.
you're doing that way. Like,
I thought
I
it
think
was
it's
Argentina.
muggy, thick.
Yeah.
Right.
Warm.
Okay.
Mosquitoes,
Aye,
definitely.
aye.
Definitely.
Okay.
Big turtles.
Yeah.
They filmed a lot of Jurassic Park there, didn't they, I think? The first one, yeah. I think they filmed, yeah. Well,
Nah,
that's funny,
I
is it?
think that was Dundee.
I've been through Dundee.
There's probably someone listening and watching going, it's actually this ocean, but
Yeah.
it's somewhere on the globe.
Excuse me,
It's somewhere on the globe.
the biggest gaming company in the world is from Dundee, you know?
Is it?
Rockstar Games, it's Dundee, isn't it?
They've got a big office here
So Grand
somewhere.
Theft- Grand Theft
Really?
Auto.
Imagine
Yeah,
if the new GTA is based in Dundee.
Well, it's made there, so.
But okay, so we would just say it's near South America. You know.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Should we? No,
I haven't got my phone on me, so I can't
We
check.
can make it up. We can make it up.
It's good.
It's all
Yeah.
made up,
Ignorance
mate.
is the best way to live.
Right, so he's staying in a nice 3-star, and he's obviously staying alone. But is it like a resort that has like kids entertainers and stuff like that? Because I imagine if it's
He's gone like he's not put himself in the middle of nowhere. He wants to be somewhere. He's ultimately looking for love here.
Yeah.
So he's put himself at somewhere. Might be a few families kicking about, but a lot of kind of middle-aged people. A lot of people maybe there for work. National Geographic types,
Right.
and that's right up his street.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
famous Galapagos strip.
Aye,
You know
aye,
what I mean? Where
aye.
everyone gets shit-faced once they finish taking pictures of turtles.
It must be so difficult to sort of, at that age, find out who is single. Like, if you're just surrounded by families, you're just hoping that the
Yeah.
partner doesn't come and meet them. You know, if they were like in the lobby
Yeah.
and they're like on a laptop, you think, oh, that might be my girl.
Maybe there's
Yeah,
like a
that-
singles pool in the hotel.
There's they do the traffic light system.
Right,
okay.
yeah.
We
I like that.
wristband on entry,
Right.
green single,
Ah.
red taken,
Is his orange. He just can't
Amber.
get out of B&Q.
amber. yeah.
No, he's always like, I've already got one, pal.
yeah.
Amber is, I guess, maybe open.
Open to
Yeah.
leaving my
Open.
partner.
Yeah. mostly here for the fauna, but I
Right.
might have some fanny.
So they're his wristband is orange. Is it green?
No, well, it's green, but
Go green.
Yeah,
Go green.
it's sitting next to his orange B&Q bag.
He feels
Yeah.
uncomfortable about
Aye,
it.
and he's still got to live strong.
Yeah.
Aye, he still believes in that. He hasn't actually. No one's told him about Lance Armstrong yet.
Okay, so he's
He's just dead faded though now as well.
and if it's over like I imagine if it's National Geographic people, like it's quite a niche group of people. You know what I mean? You've got to love the outdoors. I imagine a lot of waterproof trousers. that
There's
type
a
of-
lot of trousers that zip into shorts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going about. A lot of floppy hats.
Yeah, little ties.
Aye.
Right.
Yeah.
So does he get chatting to any? You
Well,
know,
I reckon we're at a nice point where he's at the hotel now. He's sort of settled down into his hotel. Let's get a prompt in there,
Defo.
and then we'll find out some more information. So if you pick up one of the yellow ones,
Yeah.
and then we're just going to incorporate this into the story in the next few minutes. Okay.
Right. They only had enough money to travel by bus.
Right.
Right,
Okay.
nice.
Because he
So-
spent so much on the plane.
Exactly. He's feeling the pinch now.
Yeah.
And that third star didn't come cheap.
It was.
Right.
I reckon it was. His plan was to get like a taxi maybe to where he. Is he going trying to find some
Well,
particular type of bird or plant?
This is it. So he's booked himself a wee sort of wilderness tour,
Yeah.
right? Because he's into his ferns.
Ferns.
All
they're all looking at giant turtles.
Yeah,
Look
yeah,
at
yeah.
that plant.
all of them. Cotton,
cotton.
Brady, aye.
Right.
Nah, he's into his plants. So he's booked himself a wee gander into the wilderness.
Yeah.
Right.
But he's had a look and gone, oh, it's not actually as easy to get to as I thought.
Yeah.
Might have to get to, but
It's steep.
Uber Galapagos,
Mental.
Mate.
aye,
Yeah.
ridiculous because it's just one guy.
Yeah.
His name's Uber. Nothing to do with the company.
Yeah, he's a multi-millionaire.
Aye, but it's so busy.
Right. So he gets. He's going to go on this little excursion. So he's getting on a bus. Maybe you could meet someone on this bus, perhaps.
I'm thinking. Sorry. The bus journey is taking a long time, isn't it? Like if he was going to go by taxi, it was going to be a direct route. But I imagine this
rickety
bus
wee thing.
being like almost like a mega bus sort of.
Or they got to pedal it with their feet.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Like Flintstone action.
It's a big turtle.
All right. Okay.
That's what they call it. It's a bus.
Yeah,
But
open top
we
turtle.
call it.
But it would have to
we've got
float as well.
Mega bus or
There's
something.
islands.
Yeah.
So you have to go between islands.
Aye.
You know, you're like
So
in
it's
them water
it's got
ones.
pontoons on the
They're,
side. there.
they're aquatic, aren't they, turtles? You know what I mean? So it's like
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
what they
the
call
top
it.
off
That's
the
what they call it. The big turtle. The turtle bus.
the turtle bus.
Aye,
Right.
I thought you were telling us that turtles were aquatic. but-
Yeah.
I was
If
like,
you don't
"Cheers,
know, they are.
So he finds out. He gets the turtle bus timetable.
Right.
So he realizes that's his only real option because Uber's
Mad
Yeah.
expensive.
hit 400 of whatever they spend in the Galapagos.
Right. Okay. So he gets. And how many people can fit on this bus?
Pretty
Turtle,
standard,
It's a turtle.
Yeah. But it's still a
but
bus.
It's the
Alright,
turtle
yeah.
bus.
Oh, right, okay.
That's the name of the company.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's not actually a turtle.
No.
I
No,
wanted it
it's
to
the
be a
turtle
right,
bus line.
Okay. Right. Let's keep it.
And
in
they're called
reality.
that because they're
Because of the giant turtles that are from there. They've got the
yeah. They're called
famous
that,
ones, yeah.
but it's also because they're amphibious vehicles.
Yeah.
There we go. Right.
So that's
Okay.
why.
Nice.
I'd say you get 32.
32 on this
32
book.
out
Right.
of 10,
Okay. And
What's the company called actually? We like to have a pun, don't we? Like you're saying about the
turtle bus.
yeah, it's called Turtle Buses.
Oh,
so
yeah.
essentially, what is being said is the company. The bus can travel on land and on water, but the company itself is called Turtle.
Oh, right,
And
okay.
their tagline is Uber might be the hare,
I like that.
Slow and steady
But we're
gets
the
you there.
turtle.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Nice. So he's on the bus. Is he enjoying the ride? Does he think?
It's
Does he meet someone?
there's no aircon on the bus, and
Right.
you know it's Galapagos, so you got that
Humid.
Yeah.
you got that humidity. But he has noticed that a lot of the kind of people with kids and stuff haven't bothered because it's a long stretch on the bus.
Yeah.
They're going to stay around the hotel, so
Right.
he's noticing a lot of solo travellers
Yeah.
on the bus, and he goes, maybe this is good. This is
All the
my
families are
chance
just
to
looking
shine."
at him.
Yeah. Aye,
Why
with
has he
three
got a green
seats.
wristband?
With two empty
Yeah,
seats next to him.
I like that. So it's sort of like played in his favour, really, because it sort of separated the families. It's a lot of
Perfect.
solo people on the bus. Has he bought 3
And-
tickets?
Yeah, he's bought he's bought one ticket because the bus is rammed.
Right, okay.
So it's nice and busy, but also he knows that this is his kind of people as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And these are people who have paid to go
I-
out on this.
I like the idea of him actually starting to speak to someone
This
on the
is it.
bus, and then obviously like, oh, I'm going to go and discover this part of this wilderness
Yeah.
travel experience, and they're like, I'll join you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Does he meet someone on the bus? Like, because he's probably forced to sit
Well,
next
this
to
is
him,
it.
isn't he?
Sat next to him, and he goes. He sees a big, ugly looking, sweaty guy
Right.
coming up the aisle, and he whispers to, this is my luck, right? this is my bloody luck, right? Doesn't he notice there's 2 empty seats behind him?
Right.
So he dodges that bullet, right behind big sweaty guy. And he goes, oh, she's all right.
Yeah.
She's a bit of me.
She's got a wristband on.
He looks round. She's got green.
Yeah.
wow.
Aye.
Oh my
Green
god.
light, green light, go.
Orange
Yeah.
t-shirt.
Aye. Yeah.
Or just loads of fake tan. He's-
Aye. And he sees her and he starts to look around and goes, oh Christ, there's only a seat next to me.
Yeah.
This will be all right. And she comes up. So do you mind if I sit here? He goes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Boom. He's in. Dialogue open.
Yeah. Gives her a big thumbs up with the green. Of course you can. Here. So they sit down. So maybe we could. Who is this person? Because maybe we could have a little.
What's her name? What's her name?
Hillary.
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 Hilary
Right.
Bush.
Hilary
Right,
Bush.
nice.
So straight away he's in.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like, let's just put a bit of flesh on this character. How old is she?
She's we're gonna try and decipher that information, but definitely maybe a wee bit older than him, maybe 44, 45.
Okay.
Quite a, I'd say like a younger Helen Mirren vibe.
Right.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She's got a bit about her.
Yeah.
She's there herself, exploring the Galapagos. She's an interesting lady.
Yeah.
Okay.
Glittering film career.
Aye.
Okay, so she's 45. They sit down, and do you have a little?
Yeah.
accent?
Let's just just find out a bit
go
about
on.
each other.
Oh, so where have you come from?
What's wrong with your voice?
Let's talk about hello. So where have you come from? Yeah.
I'm from Derby.
Oh, there's a really good Revs de Cuba there. I've been there once or twice. Yeah. I used to live in Nottingham not that long ago.
I can see you're a classy gal.
Yeah. Well, what brings you to the Galapagos Islands?
At break.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the Derby
Mate, that's
accent
fine.
is.
You just roll with it.
At break,
Yeah.
initially.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Was it recent? Was it?
It's still so
You've got a
raw.
green wristband.
It's
so-
still so raw. I couldn't help but notice your green wristband and all.
Yeah, my husband died.
I'm
2-3
sorry.
years
I'm
ago.
sorry to hear. 2 or 3.
Yeah.
2 of the
Yeah.
can't remember.
Well, it just all goes into one. I've been travelling for so long,
Oh.
seeing all these amazing plants.
Well, you're a horticulturalist.
Yeah, I'm a horticulturalist. Yeah. I love plants.
There's a rapport there.
Yeah.
There's clearly a rapport. I
She
like
likes
that.
him. She's like, oh yeah.
I think they've just like really opened up to each other very quickly.
Very quickly.
Like,
And I think she keeps slipping in more things like, he died and I just turned a new leaf, and he's like, oh.
but what I like is before they even asked each other names, it's been
Yeah.
I've been
widow.
heartbroken. I'm a widow, and I like that they've sort of jumped into it.
I was going for her to be.
Ben, just do us a favour. Come
Sorry.
a bit closer, mate.
Yeah, sorry, mate. I find it hard to say. I was going for her being like the heir to like a gardening fortune. Her husband was like a really rich.
Right.
That'd be
Okay.
great. His husband, right?
Yeah,
He was the main silent investor in Homebase.
yes.
So there's a bit of rivalry there.
Right.
Bit
Okay.
of star-crossed lovers.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's sitting on a Homebase fortune.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. It's
Yeah.
like a Montague's Capulet sort
yeah,
of
yeah.
situation. I like it. Okay, so let's just like fast forward a little bit. And they eventually, after a 7-hour journey, they found out a bit more about each other. They've got to this sort of wilderness retreat destination. Where is it they're heading to? Any particular place? The Ferns or?
Well, there's rumour going around that there's a new fern.
right.
Oh,
Okay.
Right, and it's
Fern and
native to here. Yeah.
What happened to her? Yeah. Where's she gone?
Yes, there's Cotton, Brady,
Britain, Fern Britain.
Britain.
Yeah.
Mini Me. What was his name?
Troyer. He was Fern. He
Fern
was a
Troyer.
German fern.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the ferns.
Yeah.
Hugh Fernley Whittenstall.
Yeah.
He's in there.
I like where this is going.
Yeah.
I like that.
I've
And
been
the
to
new
Birmingham.
one. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Ferningham. Yeah. Yeah, that's maybe the area in which it's like, oh, Ferningham, they've got
Fern Gully.
Fern Gully.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot. Okay, so I reckon they've got off the buzz. They're travelling to Fern Gully, right, which is where this new hotspot for ferns. And I reckon we get another prompting,
Yeah.
Right.
and we'll roll with that.
Beautiful. Here we go. They played the game as if their life depended on it. The truth was, it did.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Straight away, I'm seeing like some kind of Tomb Raider
Yeah.
type thing.
Yeah.
Right? There's a challenge ahead of them here.
Just loads of corpses with green wristbands.
yeah.
That spike pit below.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
A butler following them.
Yeah.
So
That's how he's
Actually, a
niche.
robot.
I'm seeing a wee sort of shrouded figure leading them. And he goes, look,
The guide.
yeah, the guide.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's a mysterious wee guy. And he just slips this in as if it's nothing. But it's like, today's not for everyone. Some of you might make it back to the bus, to the turtle.
Right.
Right. So
That's intense.
he goes, and then he goes, look, now's your last chance. You can get back on the turtle, or you can come with me and quite possibly discover a fern that's never been discovered before.
What I like is that he's waited for the 7-hour bus journey to end
yeah.
for them to get
No,
off
he,
the bus.
he needs to wait. He needs to wait for the ticket money to clear in the bank
Right,
before he
okay.
sends them back.
So he
7 hours it takes in the Galapagos.
and so he's presented this opportunity to 32 people.
Yeah.
Right.
One of them has got tuberculosis. The old couple.
Yeah. Still got his snort on.
But he refuses to let his condition.
Yeah. I just imagine it
Become
popping
his-
through the top of the jungle canopy.
It's 200 feet. It's actually tipping him over.
Yeah, there's like a bonobo monkey just going up it.
I think we bring him along, actually. I think we bring him along, the guy with tuberculosis. 'Cause I think there could be like a hero arc there for him. He knows he's going to die. I think we bring him along just in case.
Well, he says, he turns to his wife and he goes, you know how long this has been my dream? And she was like, well, we're not putting him back on the bus. We've come all this way. You know what I mean? He flatlined 3 times on the plane.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we can. It's
So irresponsible.
It's the peanuts that brought him back.
Imagine the lady coming with the food being like, do you want to eat?
He died for 14 minutes on the plane, but he got hit in the knee by the trolley and it
He
just
jolted
jolted
him
him
up.
back.
Right, okay.
He does hurt that.
Brave guy. Brave guy.
Brave, stupid, it's all the same.
Okay, so right, I reckon we can just sort of simplify this quest, as it were. And of the 32 people who was on the bus, how many get back on it?
Straight off 8.
8.
8 are out.
Okay, and then we have deliberations from the 24. I mean, we're thinking Marty and what was her name? Fern. Not Fern. Yeah, her name was Fern.
Hillary.
Can we just
Hillary, sorry.
They're in Fern Gully.
just clarify? It's taking 7 hours to get there. Right?
Yeah.
The person who's driving the turtle bus has said, right, you can either get back on the bus now or you can come on a journey with me. And 8 people have gone, we'll just get back on the bus.
Yeah, he did say you might die.
He says you might not make it back.
Yeah, but still, you've gone 7 hours.
No,
Stakes are high. No, actually, it's only a 45-minute drive back.
Right, okay.
Yeah, because I'm thinking, just to clarify, so the shrouded figure, the guy, the mysterious tour guide, he was on the bus, but he wasn't driving it.
No. He was at the destination.
Yeah,
waiting
exactly.
for them to arrive. So the bus drivers, he's just waiting in the turtle.
Yeah.
He knows to give it half an hour because about 8 or 9 folk never
Sweet,
bother
right,
with it.
okay.
Yeah.
So 8 of them drop out.
8 drop out straight away.
They go straight back towards the bus. And the remaining...
I think the remaining 24, they go on the journey, and I feel like it's almost like there's going to be a situation like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You know, where they're getting taken on the tour, and then Marty's like, "Oh, have you seen that? Have you seen that tomb over there?"
Yeah.
Which just says "Do not enter" sort of thing.
Yeah.
I reckon we lead towards that.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're on the tour. What are they seeing on this tour?
Starts out nice, bit rocky underfoot, right? TB guy's struggling straight off the bat.
Yeah.
And the guide's like, we've not even started really yet. You know what I mean? That was the step off the bus.
He falls out the bus.
Falls at the bus flat.
Yeah. 200 foot of snorkel.
By the time it hits the end, it's got like terminal velocity.
He flips his body back up.
Yeah, and he just fucking flies into the wilderness. So he's gone. He's fucking gone.
He's gone.
He stepped off the bus, he's fell.
So they know he can only be within 400 feet.
So that's how he's travelling. It was like, fucking hell, he's going to take forever. And then it's like, actually, he's very far ahead.
He's actually gone in the right direction.
And then
He made the path.
And then, and the tour guide goes, I'll be honest, this has never happened before. It's never been that obvious which way we're supposed to walk. But he's cleared the he's cleared the shrubbery a bit for us.
Right, okay, I like that. So then they're walking almost like what is it, a trapeze on this sort of pole which he's sort of laid down. So they're balancing towards
It's like
him.
drain pipe thickness though.
Yeah, exactly. So they can walk on it. Walking towards him, and then on the
400-foot pipe on the bus.
It's collapsible.
I was on the bus like this. Hell.
It's collapsible like an aerial.
Yeah, they broke it down. Anyway,
Snooker cue.
I reckon.
Like a queue.
I reckon the walking towards where the chap has sort of landed, and
Like in so much pain.
yeah,
Not even fast. Just like, well.
yeah.
And his wife goes, look, we need to get to him quick because this has happened before. He says, and I know he can go about 8 minutes flatlining, but we can always get him back.
Yeah. Yeah.
He shouldn't be there.
She's just got like a waist belt full of adrenaline, you know, like sort of.
Imagine a quiver of arrows.
Right, okay, right. We need to progress. So I reckon the 24 start heading towards this old chap. Halfway down, Marty, Hilary spot this tomb. Along the way, it's sort of like, oh, have you seen that over there? All the sort of people on this tour are still walking towards, and they split off. I reckon that's got to be something that happens. So they split off and they start exploring something differently. Maybe like I don't know, Marty spots a fern or something that's caught his eye.
It's a big mushroom.
Right. Okay.
Big mushroom. He goes, oh, that's a
It's a portobello.
That's a devil's trumpet.
All right.
And he goes, that looks like the edge of a devil's trumpet. Do you see that? She goes, oh my God, it does.
And she goes bright red.
Aye. She's weak at the knees.
Yeah.
She's unzipped it.
Okay, so I reckon they sort of break off. They start walking towards it, heading towards this mushroom. What was the last prompt that we had?
They played the game as if their life depended on it. The truth was, it did.
Right. Okay. So sorry. Go on.
I'm just saying, maybe a bit of mushroom roulette here.
Yeah.
I like that. What I like that idea probably more than the one I had. It was sort of like walking towards this mushroom, and it was almost like something that catches your eye. It's like, oh, this is interesting. You walk towards it, trapdoor, fall through the floor into some sort of tomb or pit if we were going down like a Tomb Raider vibe, but I also like the Mushroom Roulette.
No, I don't know. I think maybe we go in the tomb.
Right,
Maybe
okay.
we go in the tomb.
I think so. They're heading towards this mushroom. They're getting so close they can smell it. What does it smell of? The Devil's Trumpet.
It smells like mushroom.
Smells like there's no scent coming off
It's
it.
like bubble gum.
No, it's one of those ones that smell. It smells like flesh.
Yeah, right.
It smells like death.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And they
Okay.
go, it's beckoning them in.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's really because these two are both interested in this
Aye.
sort of world, aren't they? So they're heading towards it. Trapdoor, heading to a tomb. It's pitch black. Luckily,
But
Hilary goes, that smell, it's
I was gonna
familiar.
say-
It reminds me when I found my husband 2 or 3 years ago.
right? Oh, okay.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, I like where you're going with that.
I was going to say, instead of it being a pitch black tomb, when they fall into a tomb and it's perfectly lit with
Yeah, that's what I was
torches.
gonna say.
Why is it odd?
Yeah, okay. I like that about Hilary. Oh, that reminds me of the smell of flesh, dead flesh. They're walking through this tomb. What is it? What is it? They're sort of going to find in this? Do we think is there like a cult of people down there? Is there a tribe? Is there?
Like in Harry Potter when they play chess and his life depends on it.
Well, that's what I mean.
The Philosopher's Stone.
Because it's like they're going to play a game as if their life depending on it. So I'm just trying to build to what that might be down there.
So I reckon down there, there's no people or that. It's just them, and they start to their eyes start to adjust a bit to the flicker of.
Tour guide's completely naked.
Yeah. No, they're lost now.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't. All the other ones are still following the drain pipe.
Exactly.
Oh, right,
So it's just
So
these two.
it's just Martin and Hilary now.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And I reckon, Raiders of the Lost Ark style, they get to some kind of puzzle.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, maybe some squares on the ground,
Okay.
Right.
right?
They eat them.
Yeah. Salt and vinegar.
Fucking starving.
Salt and vinegar. Thank fuck for that. I thought we were gonna have to eat these. I thought we were gonna have to eat these fucking mushrooms. So I was like,
That's funny.
no, right. So they pick up the packet of squares, eat them, and they go, "That's weird." And then they walk past that and get to. I think what they need to get to is a table, a big long table. And I think this is where we put in Mushroom Roulette.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And it says, there's a door, and it says to progress, choose wisely.
Right. And that was the life depended on it,
This
and
is
that was
it.
the
This
truth.
is the game, right? So each one of them's got to eat one.
Right.
There's 4 there.
Right. Right. So they have to. Right. There's 4 mushrooms. They have to eat one each,
Yeah.
and obviously hope that they don't take a poisonous one, which is going to kill them.
My maths ain't great, but they've got a 1 in 4 chance here. You know what I mean? So they've got to get this
Well,
right.
whoever goes second has got a worse
1 in 3.
chance.
Yeah.
Oh, shit, yeah.
So mate, there's that conversation, isn't there?
So there's 2 mushrooms that'll save them.
No, right. So imagine there's 1 poisonous mushroom,
Yeah.
right? But there's 3 other mushrooms which are safe to eat. But if one eats one and it's not the poisonous one, then it's a 1 in 3 chance for the second person. So they have worse odds.
Yeah.
Do they? So here's the question or a conversation to have. Do we eat them both at the same time? You go first.
This is it. Becomes a logistical battle here,
Yeah.
right? And he notices she's quite insistent that he should go first. And she starts, you've got bigger body mass than me.
Yeah.
She's like, it would take more for you to.
Yeah, there'd be a bigger.
die.
Yeah. We could get the antidote quick, like with more time,
Yeah.
because.
And she goes, she's like, I'm nimble. I could maybe get back up there if we need to shout for help.
Yeah.
There's a lady with adrenaline
You've got
up
your
there,
bad
so-
knee.
Yeah.
Right.
From because he's strapped up all the time lifting the stuff. So he notices, she's actually quite pushy about this.
Right.
About him going first, and it's the first that he notices a wee change in her,
Yeah.
her personality for a second,
Yeah.
a wee flash of something he's not so sure of.
Right,
Yeah.
okay, and he's wary.
Yeah, aye, his back is up a bit.
Okay.
And he's very aware that it's just the 2 of them now.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But he decides, maybe she's just scared. I'm reading into this too much.
Yeah.
And luckily, he knows a wee bit about mushrooms.
Yeah.
Right? They all look fairly similar, but he was like, look, these are red underneath. It's a classic telltale sign.
Yeah.
Don't eat me. Goes to the next one. Goes, see that smell? He's like, it smells like sick. It's like, again, that's a classic don't eat me thing. And he goes, I'm not sure what this one is. He went, but it looks, to me, the most edible. So he picks it up, gubs it. He goes, tastes fine. Just tastes like a mushroom. And there's a wee bit of tense wait. A couple minutes go by. Nothing. He's fine.
Right, okay. I love the tension that we had built there. That was really nice.
Sigh of relief there. And
So it's down to her. It's like it's her turn now,
It's
isn't
her
it?
turn now, and he's ate that one. So are we saying that there's 2 safe?
I reckon there's 2 safe and 1 poisonous now.
Right.
So it's between 3 mushrooms,
Right.
yeah.
So she can only choose between red bottom,
Yeah.
stinky.
Stinky bottom.
Aye. So she goes, what? And she goes, she went, I'm not really a mushroom person.
Yeah.
I'm really about the ferns.
Yeah.
She's like, I wish we had to eat ferns. Well, it's not a perfect world, Hilary.
It's not a choice, Hilary.
There you go. He's trying to make the best of it. He's a fun guy.
Yeah, I knew that one would come in. I like that. It needed to be said. One of us had to say it.
We didn't get that out of
Yeah.
the way. But then she reaches for the one that's red. And he goes, she brings it up. Last minute, boom, smelly one. Gubs it. A few minutes goes by. They're trying to figure out, am I getting sick here? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then, whoosh, big stone door slides
Opens.
open. They've made it.
Right, okay.
They've both made it.
So, thank God
Yeah.
that they've managed to survive. They go through this door, okay. And is there anything sitting for them on the other side, or is it just an exit? Like, is it? You know what I mean? Is it?
They get out.
They get out, and then
They're back into the forest, but they're still separated from the group.
Okay.
right, okay. So I reckon just so we know, we've got like about 5 minutes to sort of get to our end
Yeah.
point. Okay.
Right.
I've got an idea for the end line.
Right. Okay.
I feel like
I've also got.
I feel. What was the end line again?
2 black eyes and a broken nose isn't that bad.
Right.
So I have them like they carry on this quest, and they go to find the guy who's got the snorkel and his first. When he comes to, that's what he says.
All right. That's what he says.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay.
No, his wife finds him. She's used to it, and she
And she's
rolls him
saying it
over.
to the-
Yeah, she rolls him over, and they're like, "Oh my god, he looks terrible." And she's like, 2 black eyes and a broken nose isn't that bad.
Right. I like that. That's in the
So
back
that's,
pocket.
That's where we're right. That's where we're
He
headed.
also could save them.
Yeah.
In the end, like, so
Yeah.
I like the idea of that being in the back pocket. That's nice. But just to sort of go back over a few themes that we've had in this story, is it's obviously he's wanting a family out of this. If we remember,
Yeah.
that's what he wants to come back with.
Yeah.
She almost has like a bit of a mysteriousness
Checkered past.
towards it. Yeah, it's like her husband died and now she's on these trips. Is she trying to poison him? Is she trying to? Do you know what I mean? I think
This
that's what's
is,
being alluded to. And obviously the black eyes, broken nose thing. So Ben, I know you're itching to sort of add something.
I want it to end like How I Met Your Mother, and he's telling his kids the story.
That's never a show.
Right. Okay.
You know,
That's
and that's and
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
So we've got, like I said, we've got about 5 minutes to sort of get through all these things. So they've
Right.
got through the back in the sort of rainforest, sort of wilderness sort of area. They're trying to find the group that they was with, aren't they? So after that happened, did they feel closer to one another because like they were close to death? Like
Yeah.
what's that?
And he notices that, the Hilary that he kind of got on the bus is back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's laughing, convivial, quite touchy-feely. And he goes, it was just a tense situation. I read into it too much, right? So they go, right, let's try and regroup here, find our group. So they're going through, and he goes, I wish I had a compass with me. And
Right.
she goes, I've got one in my bag. And he goes to reach in her bag, and she goes, no, I'll get it. And he goes, no, I'll just let me get it. It's fine.
Yeah.
And she's no. And he goes, listen, just let me get it. And he opens her bag, and he finds a container of those mushrooms from the cave.
Right. Okay.
Right.
So she picked him there and then, or she knew all along.
She's had them in the bag.
Oh,
the whole
right.
time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Obviously, she knew that he was going to be attracted to this mushroom.
Yeah.
It's all been a ploy.
It's all been
Yeah.
a ploy.
Right.
Right,
Okay.
okay.
So and how does he react?
He doesn't let on that he's seen them.
Fucking clever. I like
Doesn't
that.
let on that he's seen
Yeah.
them. He goes, I found the compass. She's like, all right, because she's he's looking in her backpack.
Yeah. And then he just starts drawing circles on the floor.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that type of compass.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get it, mate.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I had to explain that one.
Putting the pencil in.
Yeah. Right, no, but he finds an actual compass and he's like, right, I know Where
and then he goes, I don't know why the fuck I wanted this. We don't know which direction everybody's in.
yeah.
Yeah.
This
But,
is useless.
but then they see it again, they look up, and then they just see this.
And they go, oh, they must have found them.
Yeah. What they've done is they've sort of like grabbed it from the end of the snorkel and lifted him up in the air to scout where they are. So he's like a periscope above the grass.
A reverse periscope.
Yeah, and they're like, right, that's the
Right.
direction we're heading.
Brilliant. He's only a couple of minutes over there, but he's got this.
Yeah,
You know, he needs to be careful with.
yeah,
And they've got a nice clear open bridge in
Yeah.
front of them to get over. But then she's going, come on, we didn't come here to stay on the beaten path.
yeah,
There's this dark wee path.
yeah. I'm sure there's a fern at the end of this.
It smells like fern.
Yeah.
Like scorching daylight,
Aye.
darkness.
Yeah.
That's what I imagined
Yeah,
the cross.
yeah,
But like the fern's lit, like
Yeah, yeah.
spotlit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spot.
Like the Tri-Wizard Cup.
It glows in the dark. This bird. That's why it's so rare. It glows.
He's no good. He's no feeling great about this.
Yeah. But
But-
then she goes, no, you can do it.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Aye.
If you're being
And
cute.
he-
And that like sort of,
that's it.
yeah, that's such a tough one for him to refuse.
Aye. That's snapped him right back. and he goes,
Powered up.
he goes, you know what? He went, I've been trying to find Martin for a long time. And he went, here he is. And he reaches into his bag and he takes out his apron and he straps it on and he goes, let's go, Hilary. I'm up for an adventure.
Nice.
Uh,
So he goes down a little dark path,
Mm-hmm.
and how far is this fern that's like lit up?
No, well, it's just getting darker and darker than
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And he's like, have we made a mistake here? And she goes, no, come on. And then she starts running. Oh, come on, come after me.
Right.
And boom, after he's like, he's laughing a bit. After like 10, 15 seconds, she's gone. And he's like, Hilary. No answer. Right. So he keeps going down the path. Boom. He's out. He's out cold.
Right.
Right.
Out.
Knocked out.
And he's tied up.
He's tied up.
He's tied up.
Right.
And he's like, oh, what's going on? And he's back in the cave. He's back where the mushrooms were.
Right.
And who's there?
Hilary.
Hilary. No, just Hilary.
A husband. Yeah, the one who was supposedly dead, but he was a silent
Also-
investor.
Yep.
The tour guide.
Ah,
He's
right.
the
Okay.
Right. Fucking hell.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a ploy.
Yeah,
Oh,
everyone's been in on it.
And he
It's a
says,
sick game.
"Welcome home, base."
He went, this is
I'm not cold base.
He went, I used to have an actual base for these plans, but because of COVID,
Yeah.
we had to kind of turn it into a work from home.
That's so good. Right, okay, so we're at a really pivotal point here. The rest of the group, are they still not to be seen, or are they also in the tomb, or
No, the rest of the group weren't in on it.
right, okay, so
They're
it's
all
just
potential victims.
tour guide, home
This is a
base.
sick game
Yeah.
between husband, who was pretending to be the tour guide,
Yeah.
who was supposedly dead, and
Right.
Hilary. This is what they do. They lure people to the Galapagos every year.
Okay, so I think, which would be a nice end, which we can probably get to in the next couple of minutes. I like what you said earlier, Ben, about how the guy who's in this suit with the snorkel somehow manages to
Well-
rescue. Right,
Well, this is what
Falls through the ceiling.
let's have a
This is
yeah. Go on, go on.
That's exactly where I was going with it.
Go
Right,
on.
so Martin's tied up.
Yeah.
And they're coming towards him, and they're going to force the mushroom into his mouth. That's going to kill him, right? And he, James Bond style.
Yeah.
And then straight through.
Covered
the-
in moss,
Aye.
stone, mud.
Yeah.
It's so. It reminds me of that film with Daniel Radcliffe, the one where he's like
Corpse.
the
Swiss Army
corpse,
Man.
yeah, Swiss Army Man.
Yeah.
So he comes like smashing through the top. Does he sort of come down and he's like covered in? I imagine him like being sticky for some reason. He sort of comes down, attaches himself to Marty, pulls him back up, and it's like an
Well,
in and out dead quick.
He's been through the canopy so many times today.
Yeah.
That he's actually like he's kind of become one with the animals. So he comes through, boof, and there's everyone's there with him because every time he flew past, they got another wee bit of the story.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Something's not right about her." So he's brought a squad.
Right. Okay.
He's brought them. Nature has called.
Okay, so
And,
there's
they-
like,
and nature's sick of it because they've been doing this together
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so you got like baboons,
Aye.
turtles,
Aye.
leopards.
Formed an
Lizards.
alliance.
Yeah.
They've put their own differences aside
Yeah.
for
Okay.
the greater good.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is, how have they sort of, the animals that have come in, have they attacked the people and sort of killed them, so they've managed to rescue
Yeah.
Marty, or
Yeah, and that's the tiger's like, get some of his wee
Yeah.
things.
If it's a lobster.
Aye. Yeah. And then the old guy's lying there,
yeah,
and that's Marty goes, "Ugh, how can I ever repay you?" He was like, "The first thing I'll do, right, is Derby the way, and I'm gonna have to get you to hospital, mate. I'm gonna have to get you to hospital, mate."
yeah.
And then he says, "Oh, 2 black eyes, a broken nose, isn't that bad?"
And then he dies.
And then he goes, "But that's me at peace now, son."
Superb.
Brilliant.
That was so funny. So good.
Some great imagery in that.
Poor man.
Yeah.
Poor man.
That was it. He served his purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Well done, mate.
He broke the chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was superb, mate. That was really
That
funny.
was-
What we usually do is we'll have like just a little 30-second break, and when we come back, we're going to figure out what the title of the film would be, what the poster would look like, what the soundtrack would be, and a line that you can add to one of these pots
Absolutely.
to contribute. So we'll be back very soon.
Just a little bit.
So Connor, thank you very much for that story. Like I said, so funny, imagery once again great,
Yeah.
some mint characters. Like, yeah, there was just so much about it. Like, and once again, a good narrative.
Yeah.
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 Do you know what I kept? Do you know what I kept from you? Because I just thought I didn't want to get too close to the story. My first job out of school was home-based garden centre.
Oh, really?
Aye, I drew from.
Your experience.
What I knew.
Yeah, you went back to your roots.
Awful then.
No, I feel like we all know a Martin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I've
Martin Stachini.
Martin Scrump, mate. Big MS.
You don't want it.
No, that's big MS. Is not very different.
I hope he hasn't now, yeah.
But yeah, it was one of them for me where I was like, oh, if we had more time,
Yeah.
we could like be finding more about like why there was a cult sort of thing, why there was like why she was trying to obviously it was the B&Q home-based feud that was part of it, wasn't it? But yeah, so much more to
Yeah,
explore.
what's the motive? For
Exactly.
This couple?
Yeah, I feel like there's a part 2.
We created a real universe. here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My favourite bit was at the start when you were like, I can't wait to ruin his life as a character. And he went on this like mad journey. But usually when we do this, we have like maybe about 90 minutes, 2 hours, and then we cut it down, but we're limited.
But
in time,
but it was good in a way which made me feel like, oh, there's more to it.
Yeah,
you know what I
100%.
mean.
Yeah,
100%.
Like I was saying before, what we do for these stories is we come up with a name for if it was like a film or a TV program or whatever. So what do we think the name of this piece would be? So obviously themes include B&Q.
It's usually something a bit like punny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give
Give me a second.
trying to think of like ferns, you know what I mean? Like that's not fern.
The fern cut is the deepest.
Galapagos.
Galapagos. Yeah.
That sounds a bit football-y though, doesn't it? That's the...
Route to kill. You know, instead of like shoot to kill.
Route to kill.
Route to kill.
Route to kill.
Route to kill. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
Yeah,
that,
I like that. Okay, we've got anything else as well? I do like that though.
Well, if it was route to kill, what would the tagline be underneath? So it's like route to kill, bang, bang, bang. You know what I mean?
Yeah, route to kill. This Bush is out of control. She's Hilary Bush.
Yes.
Yeah. That is very good. I'm
Route to
very happy
kill.
with that.
This Bush is out of control.
And what do we imagine the poster to look like for this?
Big Indiana Jones vibes.
Okay, yeah.
Him with B&Q apron on,
Yeah.
swinging through on a vine.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
He's swinging down a vine with
Swing-
his B&Q apron.
Yeah, like that.
But as the listener knows, the thing that he's actually swinging from is
A big orange pipe.
yeah, exactly.
A big orange pipe like that with the same
Like a zipwire sort of thing.
Yeah.
And it's like that sort. It's almost like I imagine him carrying the mushroom. You know, like the crystal skull on Indiana Jones or something like that.
Under a, I believe it's called a cloche.
Right. Okay.
You know, the wee glass dish.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I like that. So he's carrying this mushroom in the dish, swinging from a vine. Obviously, I imagine we see like just trees in the background and things like that. But
Yeah.
I think that's nice.
Yeah.
And
Adventure.
Then, wait, and in the background you can see a bus, and it just on the side it says the turtle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a wee bit.
The thing is, what's so mad about that is that there could 100%, if not definitely, is a company called Turtle, which is a buzz company. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I imagine that being an actual thing. And last thing that we need is just a line that you can gift to the
Soundtrack.
soundtrack. Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
what would the soundtrack be?
If it was like a movie trailer, this is the montage.
I'm hearing a lot of
Right,
a lot of drums, jungle
Okay.
drums. But also, as a he's 40. He's a 40, nice kind of clean cut guy. I'm thinking he thinks like rock music is Brian Ferry or something.
What if it's Welcome to the Jungle by Guns N' Roses?
Aye.
I like that, but is that like too on the nose?
I was thinking Wild Boys by Duran Duran.
Well,
That's
yeah,
right up
boys.
his street. Yeah. That's what he's
And
listening
it's
to that to
generation
pump
as well,
himself
isn't it?
up. Aye.
Right.
That's like
Sweet.
that's his idea of like edgy rock music.
Yeah,
a bit
so
of
it's Duran Duran, Wild Boys, which I
Aye.
do like a lot. So yeah, final thing, to add a line to the pot, it can be a start line and end line, prompt, just something that another guest is going to have to deal with.
Right. And then he removed the balaclava, and no one was prepared for what was underneath.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, that is very good. And then he removed the balaclava, and no one was prepared for what was underneath.
Yeah.
I think you've smashed it there, pal.
Yeah, you have.
Yeah,
Is
that's
there
beautiful.
anything, Connor, you want to plug? Because this is probably going to come out during the Fringe still, but maybe last week.
Cool.
Sold out. We don't mind.
If the Fringe is still going, there might still be some shows. I'm on at 8:30 every night, and then 8:30 and 10 to 6 at the weekends for the last couple of weeks for extra shows. But other than that, I am going on my first little UK tour post Fringe.
Sweet, man. Where you going?
So right now we've got Glasgow, Aberdeen, Manchester, Newcastle, Birmingham, and I think we're about to add Liverpool as well.
Mint, man.
So the
That's
best
quality.
place to go is my website, Connor-Burns
Oh, mate,
is my
someone took
website.
it.
Yeah,
Someone
I've
took
had to
Connor-Burns.com.
hyphen it. Had to hyphen it.
That is
Listen,
absolute
mate,
nightmare.
it's a real point of contention for
It's
me.
probably my fucking dad.
I'll give you the domain. Just come on this trip with me.
He's put me behind a paywall. So yeah, that's all the dates will be up there.
Fantastic.
Sweet.
Right, well, thank you once again for coming on, Connor.
Thanks for having me, man. This
And-
was great.
Just tell people if they've enjoyed it what they need to go and do.
Oh yeah, if you have enjoyed it, obviously follow us on socials at AllMadeUp Pod and send in your prompts. We keep
Yeah.
asking for prompts. People who sending them in, they're getting into the pots and people are enjoying them. So yeah, send it into the email allmadeuppodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
What is it you want to add?
I was just going to say, if you've enjoyed it, go and tell your mates. Makes a massive difference. The podcast is growing, but it would be nice to do this again and it not be in this room.
Yeah,
So,
that's the aim.
Yeah, come on,
And if you
people.
didn't
Have you
enjoy it,
have
don't
you
tell your mates.
have you guys got a Patreon?
Well, that is like we're working towards
Yeah.
that. We've just got a nice little bank of episodes
Great.
coming up.
Well,
So
listen, Patreon up
yeah.
because this is as fun as a podcast has been for me.
Hey.
It's so good. Such a good. He's tapped into such a good idea.
Oh, mate,
this is
thank
gonna
you.
be massive. Like,
Well,
watching
thank
to
you,
see
yeah.
it.
Much appreciated.
You've heard it first.
You've heard it first. So that was All Made Up with Connor Burns. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate.
It's all